Is the result of a game. Victory at the cost of pain. Like a freight train, you're tied to the tracks.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, it's your boy MegaCrasher coming at you guys back again once again with a brand new video. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got pre-workout in my system, so you know that with the intensity of your boy MegaCrasher coupled with caffeine and pre-workout, you know you're in for an intense video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be cranking it up a notch here in this video because this is the sort of video that I have been looking forward to for quite some time. We're talking about none other than tier shifts in the Smogon competitive scene, right? For Pokemon Showdown Live, we have ourselves tier shift changes of April 2019. And honestly, man, like, I am just so excited. I am looking forward to doing this video and this discussion with you guys. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please be sure to smash the like button and subscribe for more content like this. I got all your needs right here, man. You want competitive content? I got you. You want reactions? You want skits? You want entertainment? I got you. And it's all sprinkled with a little bit of inspiration on the side, if you know what I'm saying, man. Now, with that said, let's get this started. Be sure to smash the like button, get to 25 likes, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Subscribe, support, stay positive, keep it awesome, keep it 100. Let's do this, guys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so first things first, we're going to be taking a look at the rises here in this situation. Starting off with Kommo-o rising up from UU to OU. Now, this right here, I got to say, is very, very interesting here because, okay, Kommo-o, you know, at first when it was introduced, it was kind of like an underwhelming pseudo-legendary Pokemon. It looked cool, don't get me wrong, it looked the part, but could it deliver? And despite the fact that it has, like, really, you know, good stat distributions and all that stuff, it wasn't exactly up to scratch. But here's the thing, though, is that when Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out, this Pokemon got, like, an immense amount of buffs. I mean, it got its own exclusive Z Crystal, which turns its signature move, Clang Scales, into Pangoro's Soul Blaze, which not only delivers heavy damage, but also boosts all its stats across the board by one stage, yo. That's just crazy. Not to mention move tutors, you know, it gets access to, like, a crap ton of moves, you know, coverage and all that stuff, right? So, I mean, this Pokemon right here, you know, it then became a force to be reckoned with, so it probably got used up so much in UU that, you know, everyone was just like, you know what, screw it, let's jack it up to OU and see how it performs there. And I can honestly say, I can't wait to see what the outcome is for Kommo-o in OU, what sort of crazy sets we're going to be coming up with here. But with that being said, do let me know your thoughts down below on that. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves two interesting rises from a UU ban list all the way to OU. And here's the thing, okay, is that I say it's interesting because, you know, these Pokemon right here were technically OU by default, given the fact that they were in a UU ban list, meaning that they couldn't be used in UU. But now we have ourselves Mega Venusaur and Hoopa Unbound being officially labeled and risen to the OU tier. So, that right there is pretty interesting stuff, if you ask me. Now, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, rising up from NU to RU, we have Slowbro and Diancie. Now, Slowbro here, I got to say, this is a very, very interesting turn of events, right? Like, how does a Pokemon that is so good and so efficient at what it does, has a crap ton of ways to restore its health, whether it be through switching out with Regenerator, whether it be Slack Off, things like that, how does a Pokemon that is a really bulky Water and Psychic Pokemon with also a stellar move pool and stat distribution be so low, you know, when it comes to tiers? I mean, in Gen 6, you know, Gen 6, it was a premium staple in OU, you know what I'm saying? But now here we are, Gen 7, and it drops all the way to the NU, but it does now get a reprieve, so to speak. So this Pokemon gets jacked up to the RU tier, so it is going to be pretty interesting to see what this is going to, you know, happen, you know? Like, what sort of changes are we going to see now in the RU tier, now that this Pokemon has been bumped up a notch, has been bumped up to the RU tier? It's same for Diancie. Now, although I don't have really any experience using Diancie by itself. I am more of a Mega Diancie kind of guy, but the fact that this Pokemon also gets bumped up from NU to RU, you know, goes to show that, you know, these two Pokemon were just too good for the NU tier. So, with that being said, speaking of NU, we have ourselves 4 Pokemon here that have risen from the PU ban list all the way up to the NU tier. You know, same sort of scenario as Mega Venusaur and Hoopa Unbound. You know, it doesn't make any sense to, you know, put these in a ban list in the first place. Just bring them up to the next tier, you know? But that's exactly what they did. We got Samurott, we got Minior, we have Typhlosion, and we got the Boom Boom Tree, aka Alolan Executor. All being, you know, brought up from the PU ban list to the NU tier. So, we were seeing some pretty interesting rises, to say the least. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about the usage drops here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we get to the second half here of this video, and I can't even believe I'm about to say this, because just wow, man. We have Mega Sableye being relegated from the OU tier to the UU tier. I mean, here's the thing, in Gen 6, wasn't this thing banned to Ubers from OU? Like, what the hell is happening? Like, now this Pokemon is being dropped to the UU tier? Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, what is Smogon thinking? This Pokemon is like the epitome of stall and all that stuff, you know? Like, this Pokemon is so good and so efficient at what it does that, frankly, it's quite annoying to face off, you know? Like, you need to have a super effective attack to be able to one-shot this thing, because it's so bloody bulky. Like, it's just ridiculously bulky, you know? And, like, I'm just, like, okay. Like, I thought that this might have been, like, a late April Fool's joke or something like that, but, like, I just don't even, wow. Wow. Like, this is ridiculous, man. This is crazy. I mean, this Pokemon right here is already annoying to face off as is in OU, but now just imagine the fact that you have to face off against this thing in UU. Like, that's just, oh my god. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. That is crazy, man. Like, I'm at a loss for words, to be honest with you. I mean, this Pokemon right here, you know, with it being in its base form, has access to Prankster, which means that it can shut you down with a Prankster boosted taunt, or, you know, cripple you with a Prankster boosted status, right? And when it Mega Evolves, it gets access to Magic Bounce, which screws over Hazard Play, and it just Magic Bounces everything, every status move, and every, you know, like, every entry hazard back to you as well, Leech Seed as well. That's just crazy. Like, I just don't even, oh my god. This Pokemon in UU, good luck, UU, because you just now inherited a freaking monster. And speaking of UU, we then get to Heracross, who has been relegated to an RU ban list for some reason. I mean, why not just drop the thing to RU and see how it does, you know? But, alas, I guess the fact that it wasn't used enough in the UU tier, it got relegated to an RU ban list, because it's too good for RU, apparently, but not good enough for UU, you know what I'm saying? But do not underestimate the cross, man. Do not underestimate the Hera to the cross, because that Pokemon will mess you up if you ain't careful, you know? So, with that said, coming up next, we have ourselves Pangoro being dropped from the RU tier to the NU tier. Now this right here, this is a brutal Pokemon to face off against in lower tier battles, because this Pokemon is just, it's so good. It is so, like, oh my god, like, its move pool, its abilities, its typing, offensively is really good. And the thing is, like, it's just, it has access to just so much potential, right? To be a star in battle. And now that it's been relegated to the NU tier, you know, that's one more tier that it gets to spread its terror around, you know? Like, I gotta say, like, you know, this also, like, it's gonna be really interesting to see how Tommy, aka Pyrodos, reacts to this, because, you know, that's his signature Pokemon. That's his channel mascot. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he has to say about this as well, should he, you know, make a discussion video on this and stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have ourselves Guzzlord dropping from NU to PU. Now, here's the thing, okay, is that I know that Guzzlord gets a lot of flack because it's the, you know, it's the most underwhelming Ultra Beast that there is, quotations. I don't think it's underwhelming. I think it's pretty damn good, and any Pokemon can be the best it can be when you bring out its true potential and face off against the best. You know, it's about how you use the Pokemon, right? And here's the thing, is that, like Pangoro, you know, this means for Guzzlord, right, that it's allowed in one more tier to be able to spread its terror in, you know? This Pokemon can be physical, it can be special, it can be mixed, it can be a tank, you know? Like, this Pokemon here, despite the fact that it's 4 times weak to Fairy, it has a pretty good defensive typing for what it's worth. Dark and Dragon, pretty good defensively if you ask me, right? And not too bad offensively too. So, yeah, this right here is going to be really, really interesting to see what takes place in the PU tier with now Guzzlord just completely dominating and eating the competition alive, man. I can't wait to see what happens. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we have ourselves Kingler being relegated from the NU tier to the PU ban list. So, I mean, like, why not just drop it to PU, you know? Like, this is the exact same sort of scenario as Heracross here, where it's dropped to a ban list instead of an actual tier. Why not actually just test it out first in that tier, and if it's too good, then put it in the ban list, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me, that's just my opinion, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it here for the tier shifts, and therefore that's gonna be all here for this video. So if you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure you smash the like button and subscribe, and let's see if we can go ahead and aim for 25 likes here for this video. So thank you guys so very much for watching. Again, you guys are absolutely amazing. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next upload.